My name is Jesse Kingston Gutierrez. I go by the name of Lil Jesse. I'm a 3-year cancer survivor. I rap, model, and act. I was 6 years old when I was diagnosed with cancer, and I was diagnosed with the cancer called non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Jesse kind of just got ill. He wasn't able to keep his food down. He was throwing up a lot. He started to lose a lot of weight as well. So I ended up taking him to the doctor to see what was going on. We were in and out of the doctor like 3 or 4 times in 1 week. They diagnosed him with different diagnoses. They said he had ulcers in his stomach in the beginning, and then they diagnosed him with H. pylori. It's a stomach virus. And, so they sent us home with some more medication, and we went home, and things just got worse. They never got better. He got to where he was unable to keep any food down. He would crouch down on the floor with stomach cramps, like he couldn't move and stuff. So I ended up taking him to his pediatrician once again. He felt that there was like a ball in his stomach. So then he sent us to the hospital to get a scan, and that's where they found that there was something in his stomach. It was just devastating as a parent. At the time, we didn't know what it was. We just knew that there was something abnormal in his stomach. And we went further on to another hospital. So then they went in, the doctor did a small incision in his stomach, went in with the camera, and ended up finding that it was a large mass in there. So then they had to go to immediate surgery at that point. As his parents, we were very frightened and very scared. We had no choice at that point but to allow them to do the surgery. We were in the waiting room, just waiting for them to come out to let us know, what had happened. And then, we were called back. The doctor told us that the mass could possibly be cancerous.
I didn't know what cancer was, and I didn't know what I had. So if I did know what it was, I probably would have been really scared and really shocked, and just overall just scared. And I couldn't have not made it back home.
It was about a month before we actually found out that it was cancer, and that, from there they sent us to MD Anderson and started immediate treatment.
It was pretty difficult, we weren't really prepared for that. Like, we didn't know it was gonna be cancer.
It was very hard, and it was a struggle for us as a family, but we stuck together and we never gave up, and we prayed every day. I spent a lot of my nights and days praying to God on my knees that my son would make it through. He's my only child.
When they found out I had cancer, it was devastating. To know that your child has cancer.
When we got here, they started us immediate into treatment. Dr. Nunez, he had a plan for us since day one. Right away we got here, and right away he told us what his plan was, and we went straight into treatment.
He had to learn how to rewalk again. He had to learn how to, eat again. He had to eat ice chips for 3 days. He couldn't eat anything.
It did make me feel tired. I was hurt at times. I had to through the fight I had to really learn how to walk, use the restroom. I lost all my hair.
It was very difficult for him. Ever since he was born, he's always had long hair. It fell out all in one day. It was very hard. Whenever the day came, I was showering him and the hair just started falling out in balls of hair. I was brushing his hair and, you know, it was just coming out. I just remember, you know, hiding it from him and trying to hide it from him so he wouldn't see. But he got through that, and it was very difficult. I remember that day, you know, I waited for my husband to come back to the hospital, and I drove home that night and got clippers that my husband had and came back to the hospital and shaved my head, you know, and showed my son that it's just hair, you know, and it would grow back and that we would get through it together. I just wanted him to know that, you know, he wasn't in it on his own.
I was fighting cancer. Everybody's going through the same thing. Everybody was.
From there, it was just a wait period.
Just her being there that whole time and, you know, dealing with all the doctors and nurses, it's a lot to deal with, man. It's a lot to deal with. And just keeping a, you know, positive mindset through the whole thing.
We did our first round. It took 7 full days of nonstop chemotherapy. We did numerous amounts of chemotherapy, maybe about 6 to 7 different chemos in the first week.
6 months of intense chemotherapy.
Yes.
I didn't feel like I was alone because I saw other kids there, and I hung out with them. Like, they had like a little game room, a room full of toys that you could play with. So like, I always hung out with all the other kids. So through the fight, I didn't feel like I was alone because I knew people were going through the same thing I was.
He really did look to us for strength for everything he was going through, you know. So couldn't go in there with you know, crying and stuff. You know, it was like, get out there and get it together, you know, and walk back in like everything's gonna be great.
The battle went on for 6 months. He did 6 intensive rounds of chemotherapy.
When I got the news I was gonna be okay, I was so happy to just go back home, see my family and my friends, and I was just so happy to go back home.
He's got all his hair back. I've got my hair back, and it's you know, it's a beautiful feeling to know that, you know, we got through our difficult times, and I wanted him to know that he wasn't alone through the process. We had a lot of people out there, you know, praying for us. Churches all around everywhere, all our friends reaching out to their friends and families. And we like to say that, you know, we had a bunch of prayer warriors out there helping us through our time. And we believe that prayer did get us through this struggle, and it continues to get us through our battle. Every day we still, you know, have to go to the doctors, and we still pray every day to make sure that this monster never comes back.
When I was fighting cancer, I got a lot of support from all the local artists and athletes. So when I beat cancer, my parents took me to the Dub Show, and I saw a lot of artists there, like 50 Cent, Designer, and a lot of other artists perform. And I saw K-Dog, he was trying to get me to dance, and we told him my story, and he just got inspired, and he wanted to bring me on stage to honor me for beating cancer.
He's 7 months cancer free. God is good. I did this show for him. I like his shirt. Y'all get some photos of the whole.
He brought me on stage. We had a good time. I got invited to like so many other events just like those, and I saw all the artists there, and I just wanted to start doing my own thing.
Today, Jesse will be releasing these balloons. He is 8 months cancer-free. Last year, September 17th, we were diagnosed with cancer, and we are happy to say today Jesse is 8 months cancer-free.
When I beat cancer, I wanted to do something to just support the people that were going through the same thing as me. But we didn't know how to build up a fan base for that. So by rapping, I could build up a fan base so I could start off my organization, Jesse's Fight Club.
There's a lot of resources like at these hospitals, you know. There's a lot of organizations there. I mean, that's why we started our own organization.
We help kids that are fighting cancer, kids with disabilities, and just anybody that's going through bad things in life. I had a big toy drive. It was called Kids Kicking Cancer. It was sponsored by Planet 4, We See Abilities, Adidas, State Farm, and just many other great sponsors. Everybody had a great time. And then after, we went to the hospital and gave all the shoes and toys out to all the kids that were just inpatient there and fighting cancer. I've participated in a lot of children's events with disabilities. It just makes me feel so happy to give back and see the kids with smiles on their face, and overall it just makes me so happy, and it cheers me up just to see them having a good time. Artists that I would like to work with would probably be Travis Scott, Post Malone, Drake, Paul Wall.
I want every mother to know out there that there is a life after the diagnosis. There is a life after treatment. Going through it, it's very hard. It's very difficult to hear the words that your child has cancer. Of course, I was devastated as a mother. But like I said, I spent many, many nights praying, for my son's health, for us as a family to get through this dark times. And, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So just stay strong. Pray as much as you can and never give up. Never give up. And no one fights alone.
To anybody that's just going through bad things in life, or anybody that's fighting cancer, just going through something, push through it, stay positive, never let that negativity get to you, stay prayed up.